Yo, what's up, Fantom fam? Sorry, me and James are playing around in the background. So, massive. We spoke yesterday about the previous high. We got a short squeeze 2 days ago. And then we're like, if we break this high again, I'm pretty much sure many guys are wanting to short in this area over here. And all of a sudden, we break the high. And boom! We're sitting with Bitcoin at $19,000. Now, we spoke yesterday. Yesterday was fake out or breakouts. Was this real or was it fake? Everyone was saying fake. Now, do you remember what I was saying many times? That yes, bear market and the bears may have their laugh throughout these times. But when it comes to this is how hard a bull market can get. This is just a small zoomed in part of what a bull market is. The markets just never stop. So if you don't get the right buy and ride that thing properly, it just doesn't stop and doesn't stop. Do you see how hard it is now to get into the market? And now I'm sitting here with FOMO. Are you guys sitting with FOMO? You've got to be sitting with FOMO right now. I'm sure the whole world's sitting with FOMO right now because all of a sudden the crypto market has erupted. Now, not only is this a big chart we're going to talk about in the show, we're going to speak about the next one. And the next one was the concern one. There was one on the more higher time frame macro scale. And now all of a sudden, we're looking at possibly breaking the Dixie line trend to the downside. How things have just turned so quickly. Now, this is important, guys. I'm sitting with FOMO. You sitting with FOMO right now. We have to control each other and make sure that we get good, solid entries throughout these things and we protect ourselves. But this could change things for the next few months to come now. Maybe we'll start off with the first few weeks, and we got to focus on seriously loading up on tokens that have not moved just yet, which is very important. By the way, do you notice anything different? Just asking. I don't know if it's the big flashy gold. The Rolex arrived, guys. The Rolex has arrived. So we'll be talking about this shortly. But guys, let's go through all the tokens. The gaming tokens that I spoke about are breaking out of trends right now. A lot is happening. So much to talk about. James, no more wasting time. I'm going to get this off my wrist and get it into the imaginary invisible box. And you start the show for me, please, sir. Much love.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. A lot is happening. Guys, how are we controlling the emotions out there? How are you feeling? Myself, I'm feeling extremely FOMO right now. I'm extremely happy that my long-term portfolio is in. I'm 35% richer from the beginning of the year with my long-term. I've decided at the start of 2023, I'm going to ignore what happened in the last year, and I'm starting brand new. This is what my account is. This is what my dollar is. And I suggest you guys do that too. You have a little bit more time. We're breaking high-term structures on the market right now, but you have a little bit of time to get rid of the past. Now, reason why I'm saying that is I spoke to everyone yesterday, and I'm like, what do you think? Fake out? Real? Everyone's saying fake. Everyone's fake. Can you see how everyone's still stuck in last year's mindset? And all of a sudden, this is when we get the market trapping and absolutely ripping. Look at this crypto bubbles. We need to speak about Aptos. I want to know what's going on over here because this Aptos for the week is sitting at 82%. But look at crypto for the last week. Absolutely crazy. Even FTT is pumping. Then you know that there's a lot happening right now. So guys, just before we jump in, what we do have is the Rolex promotions. I want to speak about that for a sec. It has finally arrived. Beautiful watch. Incredible. Feels great. It's the first time I'm ever touching a Rolex. I'm not used to any of these things, so it does feel pretty nice to put one on the wrist. It is quite a dream. Remember, guys, in order to qualify for the Rolex, you have to sign up with the ByBit link below. So if you have a look, you will see the ByBit Rolex link below. sign up with one of those links, and you got to take a trade from now until February. The more trades you take, the more chances that you have to win it. And before February, we're going to be giving that away. And there's more arriving, apparently. There's more arriving. So this is soon to come on that. Remember, guys, I want to show you this 2 seconds just before we get in, is if I show you Discord. Now, if you sign up with any of our exchange links below, OKX, Bitget, ByBit, any of those, you can get into our VIP Discord. Now, I just want to show you something because we always do charts on the show. And I just want to show you that if you go to Sheldon the Sniper, you can actually get my show charts. So very important. If you can't see or you don't have the charts that I speak about in the show, every day after the show, we actually post all of the charts that I give in the actual show. So it's a great way for you to come and see everything we've been speaking about, all the tokens, so you don't miss out on any of that. And then we also have our trading. Just get into this. We then have all of this over here. Now, this is the next big one. We have all of the trades and setups, guys. Look at this. We've just now done 1 inch KSM. Look at the amount of tokens that we chart for you on all different time frames. Now, for example, if you had to click on 1 inch, you can then scroll down and get the latest updated chart on 1 inch. You can get them on any of these tokens, KSM, RUNE, FTM. So do not miss the power of having this Discord. And I got good news. Live trading is coming back. It's no longer live. It's private. So anyone that's on Discord and that has done sniper school in that thing, now I'm happy. People are educated. I'm not going to have people front running me. Why did I stop live trading? My own community was front running me and putting the rest of the community at risk. So we found a way that we can now do it properly. So that is also coming to you guys. Amazing. So let's jump in and let's have a look, because how are we feeling, guys? FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. Put in the comments there. FOMO. Yeah, 400 challenge is happening there too. Definitely happening there too. I'm wearing your Rolex. Shorted Sol. We're going to speak about these two. Let's quickly go through the bigger discussions. So yesterday we had obviously interest rates come out pretty good. And right now we're getting a crazy moving stock market. So the stock market's moving pretty big right now. And a big thing on stock markets, on the futures over here, is we cracked the 618. The 618 was the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, and basically just giving us one indication. I want to know one simple move. Is this a correction? The 618 is what gives us that, and the 786 is what gives us that direction. If we stay in this range over here, the possibility of still a correction and a lower low does make sense. Or if we smash through it, we come back, we test. Now we know it's a bigger move to the upside, and we're actually getting a backed momentum to the upside. Now let's speak about this for a second. If we have a look at the stock market, what it did recently is it did obviously first retain its first major higher high. And that's what we can see over here. And it did break out of this trend. And now we can see beautifully a breakout, a test, and now we're chasing for the next momentum move. So the first big test that it did get through is it did get through the 618. It's a great one for it to get through. We got one more test, which is around about, close to a percentage away from where we are now. And from that, we have break of high and momentum. Now, what's quite shocking still is, even though we had a crazy year last year, stock market 7 to 8% away from all-time high. So that now is quite interesting. I still want to warn you guys with stock market before I jump into crypto. Crypto is obviously doing a lot more. We are still in the zone of a possible correction where we can come and make a lower low. So just be aware of that we're still in the danger zone. But this is where the next big chart comes in, the Dixie. Now, either the Dixie is going to bounce hard as hell very soon. And what I'm thinking is, I still think this major support line does get broken. I never expected it to get broken right now, because this is crazy. Now we're starting to get, like, all of a sudden the markets are just ripping and they're not stopping. And it's something we're not used to, something we haven't seen for a while. But what I was basically expecting previously was a small bounce here, and then the real break that comes around about March. That was sort of what was making sense. There is the second scenario now where this cracks through down here, then up, and then possible down, still for the region of March for the next leg to the downside. But if this play had to happen over here, guys, this would be huge for the stock market. This would be huge. This would be basically intending another 5 to 7%, getting stock markets probably near all-time high, if that did have to happen. Now, we do have to keep our emotions controlled, because the RSI is reset. And I am still expecting a Dixie bounce in this area. I am still expecting the stock market, if it goes slightly higher than where we are now, I'm expecting it to have a decent pullback. But now what has obviously shifted is the crypto market, because this is where things get really interesting. Firstly, we have Bitcoin, and I'm going to speak about Bitcoin quickly. I spoke about the big chart, the monthly chart on the log, speaking about it's never lied before, and so far it's playing out incredibly correct. But what is quite interesting over here is now Bitcoin is breaking this damn wedge on the weekly. This is huge. This is a big momentum shift again. And now we broke that. I was expecting maybe a short-term little bit of resistance. Bitcoin smashed through it. Guys, do not miss the markets like this. Do not miss it when Bitcoin's this rampage. It just doesn't stop. It just had no care, over the last few days, and it just ripped completely through it. So we're possibly seeing a little bit more. This is where the market, the way the crypto market works, when it's actually moving natural again, and we don't have the stupid FUD and stuff around the world that's shifting everything. And it kind of feels like the big catalysts are out of the way of the FTX, the Luna, the Celsius. All these things are no longer there. And now we're starting to get a natural flow. I promise you, this is how Bitcoin moves. And it moves 10 times bigger in a bull market. So if you're struggling to get an entry now, you got out too early now, we got to prep, because the bull market gets way harder than this. But end of the day, what we are seeing here is we're seeing Bitcoin break this resistance over here. And now we're sitting at the area of the 19K zone. On the weekly, the next resistance is showing 21K. Now, for me, the big question is yesterday's pump has made things high time frame good and bullish. It definitely has. We got to be very careful about FOMOing right now, because you can get really hurt, especially on short-term or leverage or any of these sort of trades. You can really get smashed. But ultimately, the question is this. The question is, does Bitcoin shoot from here to the 20K? Do we finally get back above that level first? And then we have a little bit of a retracement down, because if we had to have a look at the RSI on the weekly, it's still making its way up, right? Still giving a little bit of time to the upside. Or what I'm expecting on the daily is a small pullback from Bitcoin here. We test the supports, and from here, we then shoot and make the momentum move up. Now, let's speak about the next month quickly, or the next 2-3 months on Bitcoin. If we had to jump back to this monthly chart, and I'm going to jump back into the log, when we see a reset of a market, right, where we're getting to the area of a market low, I want you guys to remember that the monthly stock's been at the bottom for a very long time now. And if this market decides to turn bullish like this, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that Bitcoin does go to 25, 30K at some point this year. No all-time high yet breaks just yet. But what I'm expecting is this rally, guys. I'm expecting this little rally. Now, what's interesting is these last two candles that formed before we started a rally looks very similar to the candles that we have right now. And what this little green candle over here did first is it actually started to make its way up. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can make it a bit bigger. There we go. So as you can see here, this candle over here did make its way high up, and then it got pulled back a little bit, and then another small green candle, and then a breakout. And if we look at now, we're starting to form this candle. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a small pullback now, form that little wick to around 18K, another small candle next month, getting us to around 20, 21, and then some decent candles that can get us back to the 25, 30. This is how I got to think right now, because we are breaking the high time frames, and you've got to make sure that you're not stuck in last year's sort of mindset where the stuff's not going to happen and these fake outs do happen. We're going to protect ourselves and make sure that we're taking profits. I told you guys to take profits 2-3 days ago, and it was a little bit early. The market ripped way more. Your long terms are printing, though, and they're doing absolutely amazing. I want you to continue that system. I don't want you to fall into the trap of not taking profits and staying in too long. Because yes, these pumps happen. We just now know that Bitcoin has come out of this wedge now, and now the range is bigger. So it's telling us now, next time we get buys, let's hold them longer, because we are out of a long-term wedge now. So we just want to know, were we still in this downwards wedge? And we played it right. We did. Because as long as we stayed in this trend over here, Bitcoin could have done this and ultimately could have kept doing this zigzag thing of what it was doing. Now our strategy slightly adjust. And it just means now we are breaking a long-term trend. So it means your longs will be bigger than your shorts. And it just means whenever we get good long positions, let's work hard on getting them. And once we got them, we hold them longer than when we hold the actual shorts, or once we've sold to buy back in. Amazing. So now we have a basic understanding. The second thing that was interesting is look at this damn dominance. We nailed the dominance, definitely. There's the support. Boom! Bitcoin time, baby. Do you see how Bitcoin, we'll always talk about these market resets, when the market resets and these sort of things. And this is another perfect example of it. When Bitcoin needs to get through critical levels, love is going to turn back into Bitcoin. And now we can see things shifted. It shifted because previously, when the markets were bullish, dominance was going down. Altcoins were going crazy. And in the last 24 hours to 36 hours, that has now turned. And what this basically means is it means Bitcoin is purely taking all the love right now and it's pumping. And altcoins, they've already had a big move, but they're not moving as much as what Bitcoin's moving right now, the last 24 hours. They're definitely not. They moved quicker before. Even ETH to dominance is getting pulled back. Even ETH to Bitcoin. Look at ETH to Bitcoin. On the short time frame, this was the retest I was telling you guys. This is going to be a good area if you want to turn some Ethereum into Bitcoin, the area we're approaching to now. But what this basically means is it means because Bitcoin is outperforming now, if there's any pullbacks on Bitcoin, I'm actually seeing dominance maybe go slightly up, but also make its way down. Like I feel that now we're shifting roles, that Bitcoin's becoming the more volatile token. But either way, the main thing is Bitcoin broke a good level. And now I'm going to speak about altcoins. We got a lot of altcoins. We definitely got a lot of altcoins to talk about. But main thing is dominance is back in Bitcoin at a critical level. This is good. This is really good news for the higher time frame. It's a really good thing for us to actually see. Now, let's jump into the altcoins. Let's have a talk and see what's happening over here. So as you can see, Bitcoin very clearly higher. Let's go over here. Making good momentum moves to the upside. So I'm still expecting, let's speak about on the short time frame quickly. I'm still expecting, guys, a short-term pullback. Definitely. I'm still not ignoring these damn RSIs. I want you to not FOMO into the market right now. I want you to focus on your trading portfolios to take profits. Very aware of that. We now know we broke a long-term wedge. We're going to be buying the shit out of the market on the next pullback, and we will load up. For now, you've made lots of money on the short time frame. Ignore what your portfolio was last week. It's about where it is now and being consistent. This, for me, I spoke about this little push to the upside. We're at the 618 now. That's basically from the top to the bottom. We're at 618, and I am expecting Bitcoin to come back down to the 17.7, if not 17.5 in this area over here, and come and test support. So I see this as being a big trap right now for retail. Retail are going to buy in now. Everyone's going to buy in now. Maybe there is a more bigger push. And if that does happen, the next test is 20, if not 21. But the next pullback is the big one we'll take advantage of. Right now, buying anywhere here, the risk to reward ratio is terrible to where we're at. So I want to remind you again, these RSIs are extremely high at the top. And this goes with many of the altcoins. First thing that was big with ETH, it is lagging a little bit right now. And that's why I'm expecting the ETH Bitcoin dominance chart to, the ETH to Bitcoin chart to bounce soon, because ETH got catching up for me. But ETH, if you have a look over here, it did break this trend. Important trend that it's breaking over here. And ultimately from here, let's actually get this right. Is it breaking the trend? It's not breaking the trend. Not breaking the trend. The even better reason for you to look at short-term TPs. But ultimately from here, what I'm expecting is the same thing from ETH. I'm expecting ETH to make its way down. Yo.
Where's the watch?
I'm taking it home, bro. I'm using this thing for the weekend. Dude, I showed them.
How the fuck is that?
Dude.
Can I take it now? You finished it.
You can take it.
I'll get it from you after the show.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sheldon, I'm being wrecked on my Avax short.
Are you still being wrecked?
No,
it's getting better. It's getting better. I'm expecting a short-term pullback. Guys, who wants the Rolex here, guys?
I mean, just hold on a second. Let's just have some fun. Just for a second.
Okay.
Okay, just for a second.
Roulette ran out.
Okay, hold on.
Sol short incoming. I'm going to speak about the Sol short. That is my next short.
Put your money where your What do you think?
It looks fucking beautiful. Dude, it looks incredible.
What do you think?
Are we swapping? This one's also nice, bro.
Don't touch my watch.
You also got a Rolex, dude. I'm the only one that doesn't own a Rolex in this place, or what?
Trade on ByBit. Every trade equals one.
Okay, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna trade that on ByBit so I can get a Rolex. Everyone's got a damn Rolex.
Every trade is one entry.
I don't know yours is a Rolex. What? Yes, you baller, bro. It's bear market and you're sitting with a Rolex. Okay. So what I'm expecting here from ETH, let's jump back in. Now it's a used Rolex. It is a used Rolex. So what I'm expecting, guys, is ETH. I don't think the pullback is going to be as big as what I said yesterday. Because of the areas that we're breaking at now, I think Bitcoin is going to pull back obviously the 8% or something like that, but I think dominance is going to come down with it. So I think the altcoins aren't going to pull back too much. And what my basic targets are is my pullback on ETH is around the 1300. So basically 1300 is more or less my first level. But ultimately where I want to focus on buying now is the momentum lines. Very important for you guys. Now remember, I'm going to give you levels that I think the market's going to turn at. I want you to understand something very important. Doesn't matter what I say. If it's in 3 hours after the show and the market's doing something different, I need you to catch it. I need you to make money. So what this means is the market right now is moving like this. It's making moves. It's moving like this. And Sheldon says this is an area where he's taking profits, right? These sort of things. He's giving you the areas of where he thinks. Now, if it goes up and it's at a TP where I'm saying I'm getting out, it's not good. You're looking at one simple pattern. The market has broken out of a long-term bullish momentum. I actually want to show you one more chart just before I do jump back to that. Just to remind you again, let's go here and let's get a RSI, normal RSI. I actually saw this morning. Let's get a normal RSI, and I want to make this big, and I actually want to get rid. Let's just make it look better than what it is right now. Okay, but basically, this normal RSI, look at this. A trend since January 2020, 1 year, a year over trend, we are now breaking a RSI trend. Look at that. If it comes to that high time frame, we are breaking some serious good structure over here. And I want you to remember now, this is where your strategy now adjusts. Let's jump back in and let me continue with what I was saying. So if Sheldon says, let's just get this back. There we go. If Sheldon says that we are getting to an area now, let's get it back. We're getting to an area where he's TPing, he's getting out of the market. It's going to form this, okay? It's going to form that. We're breaking the bottoms. This means we're going to correct, and ultimately you're going to find where the previous areas are of support. So it means we're going to go down there. We're going to form that again. You're going to put a trend line, and we're going to continue, okay? But if now I say we're getting to a TP here, and the market breaks the other way, that's a bull flag. Don't miss the short-term trade if you're a short-term trader. I'm going to give you areas on where previous data is, where it's showing me where technically these are areas you should take some profits. But if the market does something else when I'm not here on the show, or I'm showing you something different, and it breaks the flag to the upside, and let me show you it on Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin yesterday, and let me show you. If you have a look over here, you would have basically seen that there was a short-term trend. Bitcoin broke out. It did come back on a lower test. That's fine. But look here. I want to show you the perfect example of what it's doing here right now. Over there, and if you looked at this one, this is a sideways flag, if you want to call it. Do you see these resistances over here? You see this over here? I want you to pay attention. Yesterday was a little bit tricky. Always be aware that when there is news, when there's any news, CPI, anything like that, you are going to get these stupid wicks, like these craziness moves or anything like that. But I don't want you guys to miss the trades if they are given, or I'm saying I'm taking profits here. Please remember, use bull flags. It's either going to be moves that happen like this, where the market does this, and it's a flag like this, or it's a pennant where it comes up and it does this, or it's a downwards wedge, or it's any of these. Actually go here and say, print this on your wall today. Flag patterns trading. Print this on your wall today, and I'll actually show you which are the very relevant. Here we go. Print this on your wall today. Today. So if Sheldon says take profit here and we break the thing, doesn't mean it's not a short-term trader for you. But higher time frame, remember, I got to run a big audience here and I got to make sure that we are all set up. Okay, let's get back into everything. Ethereum, I'm expecting pullback. Solana's my big short. Let's talk about the Solana short for a second. I think it comes on Sunday. I think the market actually goes slightly up maybe today to the 19.1, 19.2 for Bitcoin. Then I think we go slightly sideways. And then I think Sunday dump day. Don't get me wrong. Maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, maybe Monday. But I'm thinking Sunday dump day. This is my big short. It will be Solana. Now, what this is implying that there might be one more push up from Solana. But now we are getting damn near this major trend line. For me, this is a big short. If we look at right now, for me, it's a 23 to 24% short as we speak. But this is one for anyone that's shorting. You don't have to short with leverage. Remember, you don't have to 1x on the futures exchange. You don't have to borrow money. But be patient for this one. I am trading twice a week max on leverage, twice a week max on everything, maybe even once a week right now, because the percentages are so damn big. You get the trade right, you make so much money rather than getting in and out. That's where it's trapping everyone. So Solana, I'm expecting, and if you got a spot position of Solana and you want to make some more Solana, when we break this trend, you can offload some of your Solana, and I'm looking to buy back around 12 to 13. So you can make some more Solana throughout that drop. So Solana, it looks good, maybe a little bit higher to around 18, but use this trend line. This is a beautiful trend line of 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to come to our fifth touch. So Solana is a big one. Speak about Avax, runs in his short right now. I'm still expecting this. I'm expecting Avax to come back to around $13. So reset from here, make our way down to these areas. Let's speak about Gala, because Gala is a big one to talk about. There's the flag. Now, one thing I want to remind you as I'm seeing this, if you're trading on a 4-hour or any time frame on the flag, make sure your candle closes outside the flag. And remember, if you choose a time frame, stick to it. But for me, Gala Games is still going to come down. Look how much wicks and selling pressure is happening at this area. I still think Gala comes all the way back another 50%. I think it pulls back. I literally think it comes back down to these areas over here. And the way you determine that is you can take from the low to the top, and you can work out where's 618, where's 786. And it's basically showing 3 cents and 2.5 cents for Gala Games. Let's speak about Nakamoto. For any of the users, listen to me. In November, you are 200 or 250% up. So this is doing incredibly well, but definitely in TP stages right now. Let's speak about Fantom. See here. So when I give you a TP or where I'm thinking, it may go slightly more. But let's speak about Fantom for a second, because this broke obviously a really good long-term time frame. The next pullback is definitely one that I want to be getting. And I want to show you that this is where they trap you. Now, all of a sudden, it's not stopping, and it's just continuing and continuing. And I want to FOMO right now. I want to FOMO into so many tokens right now. It is like consuming me inside. But take this from the top, from the bottom to the top, and be realistic on how big these pullbacks can actually be on the next one. So if you buy now and you load up on this, you're looking at possibly a 10% reward to the next resistance, or 21% loss if you buy right now. So I think you're going to get Fantom 21% cheaper than where it is right now. If it goes here, it will go obviously a lot less. So do me a favor. When you do see us reach these areas and you're starting to see the market make its way down, right? You're starting to see a lot of these red candles, like the pullback starting. Take your Fibonacci from the bottom of the wave to the top, and it will give you an idea of where that pullback is going to happen. I want you guys not to get trapped at all. Sheldon's dupes, Puma. No, I'm bullish as hell, bro. I've been bullish since I've been in this channel all the time. I'm being realistic right now. Buy the next pullback. That's what I'm saying. TP now in these areas. That's what I'm saying, because I threw away 80% of my gains last year. I could have been way richer than what I've done well, but I could be way more. Like, I'm teaching you as I learn. So I'm not permanent. To say I'm perma bear is very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. Okay, let's go through some tokens for you guys. THETA. Let's have a look at THETA. TPs for me right now. Someone says I'm perma bear. Thorchain ripping right now completely. It does look like it's going to go slightly higher. That's looking pretty good, but for me, the buys are still around 1.4, 1.5. Litecoin. Let's actually speak about Litecoin for a second. Actually speak about Litecoin. So guys, on Monday, I'm doing my first, if you're on Discord, I'm doing my first live trading private session. So it's not going to be on YouTube anymore. It's going to be a private YouTube, and you'll get the link there. So if you want to be, want to start some trading with me again, I'm feeling good. I'm on quite a good streak at the moment. I did get stopped on my shorts with a small loss, but I've been doing well. Litecoin. I think let's speak about Litecoin on the higher time frame. So this is why Litecoin's obviously moving pretty good. If you look at a few weeks back, it broke a very long weekly trend. And I remember actually speaking about this. And it's looking good. The only resistance that it's fighting now is it's fighting these previous areas over here. Okay, so I'm expecting a short-term pullback at any point from here. After this, it's got targets that go up to 130, and after that, possibly the 270. Now, let's be realistic. I don't see Bitcoin getting above maybe 35K max this year. So don't expect all-time highs or crazy things just yet, but do expect Bitcoin to do 100% at any point. That is what the chart shows. And then boring phase, and then 2024, we start to make our, don't get wrecked. Yes, how do you not get wrecked? When you see a market that's done this for the week, you sell. When you see a market that's done this, I'm just going to say this for a week, you buy. That's how you don't get wrecked. When you see that, sell, buy. Amazing. Let's go into the next ones. Avax. Let's speak about Avax. I'll jump back into Avax quickly. Avax for me, that's still the play. $12 to $13 is definitely the play. Chainlink as well, buying at 5.9. This is the big one for me, breaking out of a great long trend. Guys, everything's just got to retest and then we can go higher. It's not safe if it keeps going higher now. If it just keeps going, Bitcoin's going to make a lower low after. I promise you. If Bitcoin just runs to 22 now and just doesn't stop, we're going to come down hard. It is not healthy. It is not natural at all. We need a pullback, and then we can take advantage of that. Jump onto Discord after the show, and we'll give you all of the charts. All of these charts will be on there for you guys, and all of the trades. Make sure you are on Discord. BNB is also another big one, TP time. So, guys, I'm saying TPs. Take your damn not in your long-term portfolio. Not in your long-term portfolio, your trading portfolio. TPs, and then I can focus the next 2-3 days of getting you guys some badass entries. Well done for all of you. Great start to 2023. Remember, sign up with your ByBit account if you do want this Rolly. I'm going to wear it for the weekend because it's pretty cool. But have a fantastic weekend. I love you all. Have a great weekend, guys. Much love.